Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Previously, we completed the first case in the game, and now I'm excited. If tradition holds true, this is going to be where things really start opening up, and I actually get to feel what this game is going to be like. I'm just super hyped to go. So, last time we left off in the exact transition between cases, so I want to say just continue. Show me what you got. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath.
What the hell kind of name is Sholmes?
There came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
I have never heard anyone refer to a coiled snake as a band, but on board the steamship Burya.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me.
Hold on, I'm having ideas here.
From the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
Oh, is that
I'm a
Osanaga?
great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes.
Son of
I
a
presume
bitch.
You must have heard of me.
I was gonna say that Sholmes and Wilson sounded like horribly off-brand Sherlock Holmes and Watson. And then I saw that dude's outfit. Herlock Sholmes. Is this what we're doing? Oh my god, I get it. I get it. The great Ace Attorney and the great detective. Look, I've never once read a Sherlock Holmes story. I think I maybe caught maybe one episode of the HBO series with what's Bander Cucumber Snatch something. What's his face? That actor. This is interesting. Okay. Well, let's go then. Oh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh, don't tell me Ryunosuke was in that cabinet. Oh, this poor kid. Oh, wait. I can't move. Oh, what the... Why am I in handcuffs? Humph, so you wake up now, We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Oh my god. I can't say I expected Ryunosuke to be accused of 2 murders in a row. Maybe this guy's the Fey ancestor of Lalonde. No. So we're definitely missing some context. I can only assume this huge, massive steamboat is on its way to Britain, so I think I might have been right on the money. Kazuma's favor that he wanted to ask Ryunosuke must have been to go to Britain in his stead. But it seems this has backfired wondrously. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. We found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry. Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato? Wait, what did you just say? You know what? I think Ryunosuke just thinks his only crime is maybe... stowing away. That's the word I'm looking for. I think he just thinks he's stowed away. Yeah, maybe he's not here legally. Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Uh-oh. Oh no. Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. This does not surprise me in the least, but it shocks me that people think Ryunosuke did it. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be... These handcuffs... Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No! Kazuma, it was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yeah, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. How does one measure masculinity by how well they can fit into a tight space? Actually, no, I can see it. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. If you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We'll leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer? No, I'm not a murderer. You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. I see a very conspicuous ceiling grate on the wall. I guess it would be a ceiling grate then. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Oh, yeah. Yep, these where we ask about stuff. Oh, man. I can't believe I forgot about this. This is a thing, isn't it? First things first. Look at my collar pin, please. Oh, I actually can't... Oh. Huh. I can't show it off yet. I guess that makes sense, tonally. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs, they think I did it. They think I'm Kazuma's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. Yeah, it looks like the lock was broken. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via porthole window, and the bolt on the door can be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What exactly happened? Are you still going to deny the charge? Even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Is that a mousetrap on the floor? I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside, there was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. The message... It seems like he wrote in Russian. I wonder about that. I wonder. It smells of foul play. Maybe not reeks, but it smells of foul play. I mean, as far as the message writing goes, I think the written message is different. After all, we just saw that cutscene where Detective Sholmes says that the neat script in front of the body in Russian and the script on the paper slip on the cabinet was written by a different hand, right? I think the writing was staged. After all, Kazuma knew that there was a Japanese friend in this cabin. Why wouldn't he leave a message for him in Japanese? That makes no sense. I think whoever staged this scene wrote the message in Russian to try and make it look like Kazuma was leaving a note for the Russians. Boy, we haven't even actually taken a proper look here at this crime scene, but it's already reeking. What did I just say? It's not reeking, it's smelly. This place is smelly. It has a certain smelly smell that smells... smelly. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Ooh. Nice, it's actually showing me new stuff that shows up. Usually it just appears, it's just there to look at. But no, it actually has a little animation for appearing. That's nice. Why are you even on board the ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you. But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I, that you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Weird. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you, my stowing away on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Yeah, I'm thinking someone poisoned that meal, thinking it would be Kazuma who would eat it. Then the killer could sneak in late at night, thinking they would be scot-free to just come in and kill Kazuma in his induced slumber. But when they broke in, they must have found that Kazuma was wide awake, and that's how a scuffle started. There are things knocked over on the floor. In fact, I think I see Kazuma's sword hilt there, too. But that actually begs a question. How did the would-be killer discover Ryunosuke? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, please forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you, but the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Wait, no, I got something slipped up. No, the door was only forced open much later when presumably Sholmes and the crewmen got alerted by Susato. No, someone slipped in here definitely to find them awake, not sleeping. But it must have been maybe through the vent? Maybe? Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! Uh-oh. What the? That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's real simple. Ryunosuke was in the cabinet. This paper seal was on the cabinet. Therefore, Ryunosuke could not have put this on the cabinet because he was inside.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the door? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. But wasn't it locked? Oh, no. Not look inside the room, look inside the cabinet. So naturally he did the same last night as well. Oh, yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. Great detective, my ass. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? I like Susato. She's very dignified and refined and demure until she gets heated. There's a fire in her. I like it. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. So, you finally believe me? I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Huh? What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Oh, right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine every suspicious nook and cranny. He didn't say that, but it's what I felt in my heart. Right here in my heart, I felt it. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Hey! Got examine, converse, move, and present. Horizontal. Interesting. Boy, I wonder, how exactly is this gonna play out? Like, I can only assume we're having investigation phases, followed by trial phase. But there's a problem here. We're on a boat in the middle of the sea. Unless there's a judge aboard, maybe there's gonna be a judge we can visit at our next port of call? Like, they did say that there's gonna be a place to dock soon. Not Britain itself, I don't think, but I'm curious how this is gonna go down. Right, first things first, let's present some stuff. Or converse first? Oh, good, good. Everything's the same here. Now we can present. Susato-san, about this. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. But we don't have time to waste on anything else. We must find clues. Huh, she looks serious. Really quite deadly serious. Fair enough. And I can't move. I'm in handcuffs and under house arrest by the crew, not to mention Susato-san's constant glares. I think it's fair to say that I'm stuck in this cabin, for the time being at least. I should focus on investigating in here to see what I can find out. Yeah, fair enough. Examine. All the sailors here. Not the one with the hilarious voice, with the sunburns on his face, but a sailor all the same. I suppose. Yeah, there's lots to look. Is that a bone? Wait, there's one of those little pretentious little cloth thingies on it. Like what you put on a roast goose? Hold on, wait. At least I think that's what that is. What's interesting? Yeah, let's take this left to right. What is this dangly bit here? This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes, in the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. She looks so sad. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? Way ahead of you. I'm sure you're careful to look all around using left and right, aren't you? Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. How about the bed? Oh, nothing. Now how about the vent? Oh my god. There's a little exclamation point thingy. Oh. That's not an exclamation point, it's a check mark, Zephyr, it's a check mark. The quality of life increases are amazing! Oh, the little pips in the dialogue boxes when you're cross-examining so you know exactly which one you're on. And the check mark on the examining, and the way that new options in dialogue appear in an animation. Oh, I didn't know I wanted all this. This is so good. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, it looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Huh, that's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose maybe that's it. Odd. Well, whoever was next door to this cabin surely heard the voices of 2 Japanese students. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. You know what? Thank you. Reading diaries is sacrilege. If you read another person's diary, you are an asshole. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Nothing about the ceiling pipes? How about the suitcase? That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over. But then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? You know, this might be dumb, but when I look at the Russian script, I have no idea how to pronounce it either. Not pronounce it, but read it either. One thing that always strikes me is that there are familiar English symbols, but they're just reversed, like a backwards R, or a rather curvy-looking B, which I do think is pronounced with a double S or a TH or something. Well, anyway, what if I read this upside down? If I turn my head, let's see. That could be G-O-D-E Godevjal. Godevjal. Yeah, I got nothing. It's probably not a message upside down. I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. I'm not a foreign script I'm familiar with. Or, it's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Huh? When did... who? What? Why? Who? Why? Where? Wherefore? How? What? Oh, sorry. History. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I've no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. He is really investigating that suspicious cranny. And is he investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. I will do that next time. For now, let's continue looking around. He is just gonna hang out there extremely still. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. Looks like a cute little Natsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Cosmo. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. The books have fallen over on the shelf, look. They've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps... it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Oh, really? You're gonna do that? I don't think a person made those books and statue fall in disarray. No, we're on a ship. I think a particularly notable wave must have come by and made the ship roll, and gravity did the rest of the work. If there was a big lurch in the ship at some point, at least one lurch, that could be a critical moment in the series of events that led to this murder. I don't buy that this is just nothing of note. No, sir. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. Is that supposed to be bury ya? As in, you're dead, so we'll bury ya. Bury ya at sea? It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Well, how does that explain the sword? What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I am the danger. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Well, it looks like we investigated everything on this side, so have a little poke around here. There's that man we can talk to. The tapestry, the scroll, the disheveled plate, the curious bone, and the sword. I only have time to look at like one thing. Let's try the scroll. Or no, I'm more likely to forget the table. Let's try that. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery were all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Yeah, sure. Boy, he was just really sitting there, isn't he? Well, so I guess we can talk about the elephant in the room. This is, a royalty-free discount bargain bin Sherlock Holmes and Watson. The man's name is Herlock Sholmes. Come on, and look at him. He's wearing the hat. He has the right colors. I saw that he smokes a pipe in the silhouette at the start of this case in the save file menu. I'm not sure how to feel right now. I'm not a Sholmes fan. A Holmes fan. I've never read any of the works by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, I believe his name is. I'm only barely familiar with the character by reputation. And yeah, I might have checked out that HBO show. I watched like the first episode maybe. But honestly, I suppose my biggest worry is that they would feel too constrained by the character. Like, I suppose it doesn't matter to me, but are we going to be adapting Sherlock Holmes stories? I don't even know like the names of them. I've seen the names of Sherlock Holmes stories, but what are the most famous one? Shoot, man, is the prosecutor in this game gonna be Moriarty? I don't know. Yeah, I'm hemming and hawing. I don't know how to feel right now, but I am more than willing to give this game a fair chance. I am open to being won over, and I'm pretty dang confident that I will be won over fully. God, I don't know. So right, Capcom has this crossover game with Level 5, Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, or no, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. And lo and behold, we have this game carrying over so much. Cross-examinations with multiple people at once and interjecting to gauge their reactions. And here we have an English gentleman in a brown coat with a very smooth, deep, gravelly voice as a detective. He's super smart. Did Capcom just like Layton enough to be like, we'll make our own Layton with blackjack and hookers? That's what I'm feeling like. This is what it feels like. I don't know. I don't know, we'll just have to see. Anyway, next time we'll... Whoops, wrong button. Next time we'll just finish looking around. I do kind of miss that the scenes aren't like pseudo 3D and the camera changes as you look around with the cursor, but this works too. It's nice and nostalgic. Classic Ace Attorney. So yes, we'll finish looking at everything here, and only then talk to Sholmes. But actually no, one last thing to say. John H. Wilson. You know, I thought that name was familiar when I first heard it. That's discount John H. Watson, isn't it? My god. I mean, I think back to what Wilson looked like, and yeah, that is a damn good Watson. I could have sworn Sherlock Holmes, though, is royalty-free. Did they really just call him Herlock Sholmes for the giggles? Oh man, I have a lot to think about. I am sad that Kazuma's dead. He was a fun character, though he was waving that death flag from the very start. I'm not surprised. But I am sad, even still, and that's the mark of a really great character. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. Until then, please take care.